Hello everyone, I'm Mythically Galated. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, well, we've been gone for quite a while. And now, there's a certain topic I do want to talk about in today's video. I do want to explain why I've been gone. And then pretty much the reason is, I didn't really want to make content. Like, I had tons of stuff going on. Like, tons of stuff. I was busy every night. And, to take time out of my day to go and make a video, it's just, and it just wasn't in my interest, and particularly when I had maybe just an hour a day to do an hour a day of free time, I'd rather spend that time playing Pokemon Shield, in which I did get and have completed, and say it is a really good game. You guys should get it if you don't have Shield or Sword. But I'd rather spend that time doing that than spending an hour of my time making a YouTube video, uploading it, and then doing thumbnails and tags and everything like that. It makes me feel better, doing something that I like. Obviously YouTube, it is something that I like, but it does take time. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about just the championship point structure, especially for people that aren't as fortunate in where they live. And I don't really have too much direction to go in this video, and if you haven't noticed, I am using a microphone. So it looks like this. It's a microphone stand and stuff like that. So hopefully the quality should be a little bit better. If not, I do apologize. This is my first time using this mic, so it's a little bit of a test, run for this mic. I spent like $40 on it, so it wasn't anything crazy, of course. But I do want to give it a little bit of a test, see exactly what it is, or what it does, and how good it is compared to my other ones, or not compared to my other ones, but just compared to regular old just the laptop recording software audio, stuff like that. Anyways, we're going to talk about champion point structure in today's video. Now, if you guys do not know, I ranked up to the Masters division for the 2020 format. So I'm currently a Master now, and now I have 16 out of 400 CP. And so it's a huge jump, because for seniors, you need 300 CP. And for seniors, CP is really easy to get. You want to know why? I went to about 6 tournaments throughout the entire year, got my Worlds invite from that. I think I had 383 by the end of the year. It's really easy to get, guys. If you're a senior or a junior, I'm not downgrading the fact that you made Worlds. It's still an incredible accomplishment, but making Worlds isn't that hard as a junior or a senior. Now, doing well at Worlds is substantially hard as a junior and senior. I had probably not the best team for Worlds now looking back on it, but I ended up getting 26 in the world with the team I did a report on, and I'll probably link that down below. I don't know if you can do cards, but I think I know how to do cards, so it should be popping up there maybe during editing, although I don't really know how to do that, so I could be wrong, but I'll definitely link it in the description below. Now, now that team is a Lunala Kyogre team, and I still use the core Lunala Kyogre, but it has changed over the ages and stuff, and I actually ended up, I'll save that. I'll save my thought for a little bit later. But I'm getting top 32 at the world with it. But for seniors, it's very easy to get your invite. My first ever tournament, I got 130 CP. It was the Philadelphia Regionals. It was a stupid team. It was a stupid gimmicky team that I used because I hadn't played a GSC Cup format before, which is basically a Legendary Cup. You use 2 Legendaries on a team. It was my first year going to tournaments, and so I really didn't really have any idea what I was doing. And so obviously you can actually look on the website, and I'm in top 4. I got 4th, and that's how I got. Let's see if I can find it, because it's somewhere. Oh, so that's how I got. Hold on, my cat knocked it down the other way, and it's probably a little scratched up. That's how I got this trophy. It says VGC Regional Semi-Finalist. That's how I got that trophy. I got top 4 at that regional, and I'm going to tell you how. I ran a gimmicky team. I ran Snorlax and Rangoon, so obviously Trick Room, Billy Drum, Instruct, stuff like that. Giratina and Groudon, Ferrothorn, Crobat. Not a good team. I did not play it well, but I still ended up getting top 4. And I got 130 CP and the booster box. And that was my first ever tournament. Guys, it's not hard. Seniors is not hard. Now, I did get 26 in the world, so obviously had a lot of ways to go, but I didn't have the best team. But seniors is not hard. If you're like doing individual tournaments, it's really not that bad, and you shouldn't struggle with it necessarily. Yeah, you shouldn't necessarily struggle with seniors. But so there's the jump from seniors to masters. Oh, and let me talk about this. There was 14 people at the Philadelphia regional for seniors. And you might say to yourself, that's not a lot at all. And for seniors, that is, because Kareem, I was talking to Kareem at NAIC. I'm somewhat friends with Kareem. Acquaintances. He did beat me both times we battled, so I do have stuff to work on. His team's a bit too much for my team, but and they're fun. They were fun matches, nevertheless. But anyways, so I was talking to Kareem, and he pretty much said that the regionals he won, there were 4 and 6 people regionals. 4 people for a regional. Can you imagine staying an entire weekend for taking a time to drive 4 hours to a regional of only 4 people? 4. It's gross. It's bad. When I joined, I thought I was going to be facing them against hundreds of players. Obviously because Pokemon is huge, and for Masters, you do face off against hundreds. Now, VGC is taking a decline, but numbers are expected to go up a lot once Dallas comes around, because Dallas is first VGC Sword and Shield regional, and they're expecting 400 people. So 2015, 2016 numbers, which is really good. Fingers crossed it actually works out like that, because I would love to see that. But now we're down to 60 players at regionals sometimes, and it's you know what I mean? Still 60 players, to get first out of 60, that's still quite an accomplishment. But to get fourth out of 14, you're okay, I got top 4 out of 14 players, that means I'm a decent player. I lost to Azernius when I had Ferrothorn and Crobat and a Groudon, so that obviously tells me, and Trick Room. So that tells me, you can obviously tell I wasn't very good at that time. So I got 130 CP from that. And then there were, a bunch of double headers that I went to. Not a bunch, but, a very small amount of double headers that I went to occasionally. And obviously there were no other seniors there, so I ended up getting first at every one. And it's so easy. Unless you're in Ohio, which is where a lot of players are, you're not going to have many seniors. I'm trying to think. I know I have a lot of Canadian friends, and you might be watching this video, and I know you guys have, I think, 3 or 4 seniors at your locals, but still, that's you're getting, I think you're still getting parts regardless, just because that's how seniors works. I mean, you get so many points. I mean, Quentin Collin, by the end of the season, had over 2,800 or something so freaking ridiculous. That's because you just farm CP in seniors, and that's why seniors, it's if you won Worlds TA, or what is it called, TA? Oh yeah, Travel Awards. You have to go to every single tournament, because let's say you are a mediocre player, right? You can get top 4 at some regionals, and stuff like that. But let's say you go to every regional and get top 4, so you're a consistent mediocre player. And when I say mediocre, I mean getting 4th out of 10 players at every regional is not amazing. That's a 4 out of a 10. You know what I mean? You got 4th out of 10 people. So that's not necessarily amazing, but you're going to get 100 CP for every single regional. If you go to every single regional, there's bound to be travel awards. Now, for players that can't go to every single regional, it just makes it so insane. Now, Masters may complain about the CP, the CP rush, and how, the day 2 race or the TA race is so insane, and it's really tiring, and it's unfair to the players that can't afford it. But for seniors, it's kind of just even more aggravating, because let's say, okay. So for Atlantic City, there was 120 players. I got 54th, I think. So I went 4-3. So it's not terrible, but there's 120 players. Okay, and for seniors, I think there was 12, right? And so let's say you get first out of 120. That's huge. That's very notable. And everyone's this guy got first. That's amazing. Out of 120 people, this guy was able to reach the top. But if you say, I got first, and you're how many people are in the tournament? 12. It's kind of good for you. But still, you know what I mean? Like, so that's not the best. And especially when some of the players don't even know what they're doing. Literally, I faced a girl at Worlds that didn't even have items on some of her Pokemon. Like, no, I know it was day one, but that shows you how easy it is to get your invite. Literally, the girl could have gone to her locals with a Magikarp, and because she's the only one there, she would have won, and she would have thought that Magikarp's so good because she would have won the event. You know what I mean? Like that, although she did have Xerneas and Ogre, her Xerneas didn't have Power Herb, I don't think. Like, what? She just had some really whack. No, she didn't really know what she was doing. I easily 4-0'd her team, but that shows that seniors, some seniors just don't know what they're doing. But for Masters, okay. Okay, I've said that seniors was worse when it comes to the CP race, but it's actually not. Masters is definitely worse, but for seniors, the CP race is I guess it's worse in the aspect that you're spending all this money to go to tournaments, that there's only 12 people there, compared to tournaments of hundreds, or at least 800, and in some cases 70 or something, but still, 70 people, that's still a lot of people. Even if you look at past years, 70 people, it's still a substantial amount of people that are willing to play Pokemon, you know what I mean? Competitive Pokemon. But when it comes to seniors, there's 12 people. There's just nowhere near. So seniors, it's obviously not the best. But when you go to Masters, now you need 400 CP for locals, or 400 CP to get Worlds invite. Now, whenever you go to a tournament, there's guaranteed to be another Master, pretty much, guaranteed to be another Master. And so, okay, another thing I want to say about seniors. If you're in an area where there's lots of tournaments, you're obviously going to get more CP. And so that's where the CP balance is kind of off, and I kind of don't like it. And, if your parents are willing to, to make you, are willing to, travel you all over the place. But that's an investment. You're going to spend so much money. You're going to spend X amount of dollars going to all these places. And let's say even you get first at all these tournaments, you're probably, as a senior, you're probably not even making the return value. Let's say you fly out. Let's say I live in Pennsylvania. Let's say I fly out to Texas for Dallas. That's $1,000, and okay, I'm a master now, so let's say I win it. That's $3,000. But if I'm a senior and I win it, it's probably $500. So the parent, okay, the parents are losing money at that point, and okay, you're not gaining money necessarily, but if you're the kid, you are probably gaining money. It's just kind of whatever. But when it comes to Masters, you're gonna have a lot of these areas that have so many tournaments, and you have some areas that don't. This guy, he goes online by Major Bowman. I think he lived in Alabama for a while, and he had to drive 4 hours for a local. 4 hours for a local, a PC. And then you have some people that can drive 20 to 30 minutes for a double header one week, and then next week there's a mid-season showdown in the same area. It's pretty crazy. And then you have some people that, obviously just don't have tournaments near them at all, and it's really hard for them to try to gain CP unless they really want to spend... Oh, sorry, I'm tired. Unless they want to spend all the time getting CP in the first place. Unless they want to spend the entire day driving to get to this place and then spend, pretty much the entire day for a PC. And so it becomes really unfair because obviously those people that have the tournaments near them have an advantage. And especially since obviously they're going to have probably more people at that local scene. But they get to go against better players. Excuse me. And so at the end of the day, they're going to be a better player. They're going to be a better player. They're going to have more CP, and they can get to go to more tournaments. Well, and then then there are people that can go to tournaments and just end up unlucky, and that's where I come into play. So when I have this pulled up on my phone. Here are some of the tournaments that I can go to. Probably backwards, I know, but there's some of the tournaments I can go to. Or some of the tournaments that are available for me. And I live in Pennsylvania. The closest one is about 2 hours and actually about 3 hours away. The closest tournament to me is about 3 hours away, which means, and that was a PC. Which means if I want a shot for championship points, and that literally, okay, I'm going to talk about tournaments. The closest a tournament has ever been to me was 3 hours away. Or it was 2 hours and 45 minutes. except there was this one tournament, which was near where I was, in which it was on the Thursday, which I'm in school, so it doesn't help. And also, only one person showed up, and it was VGC. And I'm glad I actually didn't show up because Kyle probably would have kicked my butt because I'm probably not as good as Kyle is because Kyle is pretty good. But like, my closest tournament, which is like a PC, is 2 hours and 45 minutes away. About. That's a lot. That means in total driving, that's about 6 hours. That's about 6 hours of driving that day. Now, obviously, I don't drive. My dad drives to me to these tournaments. And let's say, the PC takes 3 hours. That's 9 hours for a PC. 9 hours for a PC that entire day, which means it takes up my entire day. And I'm not just saying this as as if example. There was actually a PC that I did go to in Somersville, New Jersey. I actually got second at it. I got second. Really good. And shoutouts to, I don't know if he has social media still. He goes by Lucamir online, I think, or Justin Ramirez. Shoutouts to an incredible finals match. It was tons of fun, tons of predictions, and just absolutely exhilarating. But like, I had to drive 2 hours and 45 minutes to get there, 2 hours and 45 minutes back. The PC took about 4 hours. So we're looking at, okay, so 2 hours and 35 minutes. I'm trying to have to do this math. So we're looking at about 9 to 10 hours of my day. Or, actually, it was more like 8.5 or 8 hours. But still, that's 8 hours of my day, in which it could have been 5 hours for Pokemon and driving and everything. Or, no, it wasn't 2 hours there. So, let's say 9 hours. 9 hours of my day for a Premier Challenge. It wasn't even a double header. It was a Premier Challenge. That's how long our finals took in our matches. Also, if any of you know this guy P-Dons online, alright, I don't wanna shots fire someone, but like, you tell this man to calm down. Like, alright, I paralyzed him twice with Thunder, but I just played pretty much better than he did in positioning, and he got pissed and just left in the middle of our match. Like, didn't even forfeit the game, just turned his DES off and just walked away, signed the slip, and just like didn't say anything to me. And I'm like, okay, dog, like I heard of P-Dons online, and I thought, how he talked in chat on Shodan, I thought he was at least semi-respectable human, at least when it comes to hacks, but of course he's not. So, P-Dons, come on, dude. Like, I know, hacks happens, but, like, come on, buddy. Anyways, if you know what I'm messing with, it's this, like, little knob thing that comes on the microphone to, like, keep it protected, and it's fun to, like, play around with. I don't know why. Anyways, so, yeah, the closest tournament's 2 hours and 45 minutes away. So I actually ended up getting second at that PC, so that's how I have 16 out of 400 CP. But yeah, the closest tournament is 2 hours and 45 minutes away, and my parents kind of have a rule in which if a tournament is more than about 3 hours and 15 minutes or 3 hours and a half minutes away, there's just no way we couldn't go to it just because of time's sake in a day. And that limits the amount of tournaments I can go to significantly because I live in Pennsylvania. There was a tournament in Pennsylvania. Only Kyle showed up. Only Kyle Livinghouse. There's not many players. There's not many people from Pennsylvania that play VGC. Now I do have friends that maybe be interested in VGC. They are sort of casual though, so who knows? But like, not a lot of people from Pennsylvania play VGC, and so when it comes down to it, you're gonna have to drive for tournaments. Now, there's actually a tournament in Pennsylvania, in Dixon City, Pennsylvania. That's what it's called. Haha, I know, funny joke, Dixon City. Anyways, but it's like 3.5 hours away, even though it's in Pennsylvania, because Pennsylvania is a large state, and also I'm like South End, Pennsylvania, sort of, I think. So yeah, and that's like up north, so kind of sucks. I mean, it's in Pennsylvania, but that doesn't mean it's close by at all. So it's still like 3.5 hours away. So that's still like probably have to wake up at 7, drive down there, and then we probably get home at like 7. You know what I mean? It's like for like probably a Premier Challenge. I mean that's just how you live if you're not close to Premier Challenge. You have to drive so much for like these smaller local tournaments. Another thing, there were in total I've counted 12 possible local tournaments I could have gone to. Could have. Now, that's a could have statement. But each and every one, I talked to my mom and dad. I'm like, hey, can I go to this one? And they said no, because we had stuff going on. So there were 12 possible tournaments in which I could have earned CP from, but, we had stuff going on. That's not a Pokemon problem. That's just, I got a lot of stuff going on in my life problem. Which sucks because, I like to have tons of stuff going on in my life, like working out, maintaining friends. I do like tutoring for my brain so I can do better in school. I, work really hard on my classes. I got, I study and work really hard. I got all A's first semester, so like I'm really working on classes and everything. I'm involved in Boy Scouts, and I still want to have time to do competitive Pokemon and try to qualify for Worlds at the same time. And sometimes it just can't all happen. You can't have your cake and eat it too sometimes, which is unfortunate because I would love to have a cake in front of me and to be able to enjoy that luscious goodness cake that is some Pokemon VGC. But unfortunately, sometimes you can't have that cake. Anyways. 12 possible tournaments I could have gone to, and there were like 6 premieres, 6 mid-season showdowns. So let's say I do well at all of those. Let's say I do well enough to gain 100 CP from all those tournaments. Or, no. 150 CP from all those tournaments. That's 150 CP. That's a lot. And I could have definitely used that 150 CP. But I'm stuck at 16 now. It's because of smaller local tournaments. And also, I'm stuck in this one curse that I call the 4 and 3 curse, and hopefully once Sword and Shield comes out, I will break it. So I went to Atlantic City Regionals and Richmond Regionals, and at both regionals I ended up going 4 and 3. So not terrible, but not necessarily bad, you know what I mean? I didn't get any CP from those regionals, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do better next time. But I've gotten 4 and 3 at lots of tournaments. I went 4 and 3 at Day 2 of Worlds. I went 4 and 3 at NAIC. I went 4 and 3 at Richmond. I went 4 and 3 at Atlantic City. So one day I do hope that I can break the 4 and 3 curse because it really does loom over me, and I really want to break it at some point. But also I want to talk about why. Actually, I talked about almost everything I want to talk about, but considering that my life is so busy, and also my parents aren't like the type of parents that like will fly me across the world to play a video game, which is unfortunate because I would kind of like that. But my parents are awesome, but like they're not, they wouldn't do that necessarily. Except if I make London. If I make Worlds, my mom said we're going to London, which hopefully I can because I want to see that Ferris wheel and Big Ben. Also, I want to put my British slang to use so I can annoy all the Brits. Because they're a bunch of nonces. Yeah, any British person while watching this, I'm sincerely sorry for calling you a nonce. Because you're probably not, unless for some reason you are. Then seek help, I suppose. Anyways, yeah, so I can't go to that many tournaments. And the tournaments I can go to, so I can check on my phone right now. Because I have the page pulled up. So, you're probably not going to be able to see this, but because the glare is pretty bad. But the first tournament, it's a Premier Challenge. I can go to that one. I need to flip my phone over this way because then I can see the times. Or the dates specifically. So, there's one in Somerville, New Jersey on December 22nd. And I might be able to go to that one. Oh, also, another thing I want to talk about. I know I keep switching over topics, but my parents have this rule in place that I probably, they limit me to go to Pokemon tournaments once a month, which really sucks because then that means I might be able to go to X amount of tournaments a year, which I'm really trying to say maybe like 2 tournaments a month if it works out, because if you want to qualify for Worlds and if you're not going to every regional and if you're not like the best player in the world, but if you're still working on your skills and whatnot, you're going to want to go to lots of tournaments, to get that CP. And so there's a bunch in New Jersey, which I'm not from New Jersey, but then there's one December 7th. There's actually 2 December 7th, but one's a Sword and Shield practice. So it's just a Premier Challenge December 7th. That would be for CP. And there's one January 5th in Dixon City. That's a Premier Challenge. And there's one January 1st in Dixon City, Pennsylvania. That's a Premier Challenge. Then there's another Premier Challenge December 15th. But those are all that I could possibly go to. And Dixon City's pretty far away. So, and that would be my one tournament for the month, and that's a Premier Challenge. So all of my tournaments for the month right now, or all my tournaments for the month right now, would be Premier Challenges. So my one tournament that I could go to for the month would be a Premier Challenge, and I would have to, I would have to get first or second at that to make any substantial contributions to my CP goal. And that's why I really want to do well. There's only one other regional I can go to, and that would be Albany Regional. And hopefully that works out. Hopefully we don't have anything going on. But that would be the only other regional I could realistically go to. Then there is NAIC. And I probably can't go to NAIC because we're doing a Spain trip for our school. And the dates aren't confirmed yet for the Spain trip. But it's a very high chance that they fall in... It's a very high chance that they fall in line with stuff from NAIC. Yeah, it's a very likely chance that it does coincide with NAIC. I want to check to make sure my volume's on. Okay, it is. Yeah, it is a very likely chance that it coincides with NAIC. So I probably won't be able to go to NAIC. So sorry to all my Canadian friends which think they were going to meet me there. But I should be able to go to Albany. So I should be able to meet you guys like Kylan, Kenneth. I should be able to meet you guys at Albany Regionals. Fingers crossed, hopefully it works out. Yeah, so it's the struggle, so this video kind of was the struggle of a master who can't go to tournaments a lot. Now, is there anything Pokemon could fix? Maybe, not really, because, they're going to put more tournaments in areas which there are more players. They're not going to have tournaments in which there's really no one in that area. Then it really doesn't make sense to have tournaments there in the first place. Which sucks for the people that actually are putting in the area, which means they have to travel a lot farther for their tournaments, which really restricts on what they can go to, specifically, especially when you're a student or a 15-year-old that cannot drive and that relies on their parents to take them to pretty much anywhere. And also comes on the fact that my parents also, have to not have anything going on that date as well. So not only is it a thing of, does our family have something going on, or can I actually even, is the trip even actually worth the distance or doable? It's also a matter of whether my mom and dad have anything going on that day that would prohibit us from going. And there have been plenty of occasions, 12 occasions specifically, in which scenarios like that have occurred, which really does suck because I would have loved to go. Oh, excuse me. Why is my thing not charging? That's weird. My laptop is not charging for some reason. I guess when I have the microphone plugged in, it takes more battery. Because this thing's plugged into the wall. It's just not charging, which is weird. Anyways, so CP, so I'm at 16 out of 400. I might use Twitter, to just chat with you guys. So, I guess follow me. It should be every late on Twitter. Probably won't use it, but I don't really have anything else I want to say for this video. So, I guess so. Yeah, CCP's hard. I might be able to get to Worlds. Might not. Who knows? It probably will be based upon how well I can do in online competitions in Albany regionals. So fingers crossed, I really want to top 8 Albany, because that'd be really good, because we get 100 CP if we top 8 Albany, I think. So that would be 1/4 of our way there. Oh, excuse me. So I'd be really ecstatic if that were to happen. But anyways, I don't really think I have anything else to talk about. I kind of talked about why CP structure is pretty stupid right now. Oh, one more thing. And the difference between the people that, have those areas that have lots of tournaments and the difference between people who don't is astounding. People might have, there's literally, I was talking to a guy and they said they had 6 tournaments in one weekend. Well, I might be able to go to 6, I can possibly go to a total of 6 tournaments in 3 months, or not a possibility, meaning the amount of tournaments within a drivable distance. Disregarding my parents' 1 month tournament limit, I might be able to go to 6 tournaments in 3 months, but they get 6 tournaments in a weekend, and it really throws off the balance of everything, because at that point it's that kind of sucks, because you are where you are. And to be fair, I don't know if I can switch the camera around, but if I look out my window, I see farm fields and farm fields and farm fields and farm fields. And sometimes when I walk outside, I smell manure from the farmer spreading manure all over the place. So I don't live in that of a densely populated area, and I'm not really near I'm not really near anything substantial or anything that you guys would probably know. I'm like I'm like an hour and a half away from Philadelphia, but that's still pretty far away. That's like 90 minutes, so it's pretty far away. But yeah, like the difference between the people that you can go to lots of tournaments and the people that aren't available to go to that many tournaments is astounding. And I kind of talked about why. Now, maybe the CP structure does need to be changed, I will admit. It's not just, for the unlucky person that I am at this moment in current time. The CP structure does need to change. It does need reforms because, a lot of people have been complaining that it's ridiculous and it just needs to be updated and stuff like that and thought through. There we go. But yeah, until then, we'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, I think that's all I want to talk about for today. I'm pretty tired. It's like 2 o'clock, but I didn't sleep amazing. I'm also hanging out with my friend in like an hour and 40 minutes. So yeah. So anyways, I've been rambling for quite some time, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button down below. Please really do. It helps out the channel. It helps out me to see that you guys did like this sort of video. And and subscribe, please, for more future content, because I am back. I decided I had this free afternoon. I'm going to take this time. I'm going to post a YouTube video, and I am back for your guys' entertainment. So, I hope you guys do enjoy. We are back. We did take a hiatus from YouTube, but we are back. I don't know how consistently we are going to upload, but I'm going to try to make it my goal to upload at least once a week for you guys. And since I have this mic, and I know I can, use it, I'm going to be trying to get up an episode of, we're going to be trying to restart up the podcast series for you guys, because I know a lot of you have really enjoyed that. And actually, this guy of like 9,000 subscribers also like commented on it saying it was really good. So hey, I guess we reached a wide audience apparently. And that video got like 55 views or something. So something pretty good. I think it's up to 60 now or something. My episode 5 was Seminole Zachary. So you guys really enjoyed that video. And I really want to create more content for you guys, because I do have lots of fun creating this content. I do. And I don't know if I'll be able to... I don't know how I can stream my Pokemon Shield game, but we'll figure something out. But until then, guys, I hope you did enjoy today's little video about talking about the CP structure, my overall thoughts on it. And if you guys did enjoy, smash that like button down below, and please subscribe. Also, please tell Game Freak, or please tell TPCI to fix CPI issue, because it sucks and not a lot of people like it. Also, like and subscribe. That was pretty weird. But anyways, guys, I will see you all later. Peace.